Mastering MMA with Coach Lee. I'm here with Zach again. Today I'm going to be showing a toe hold from top side half guard. So let me see. I'm in here and scoot this way. He's playing a Z guard style. And I always tell my students when they're in Z guard to connect their feet, right? So that I can't get a good, if I grab this, he can kick it off, right? So he can do that. So I always tell my students to connect their feet. That way they can fight this with their own feet. I like this pass a whole lot and submission a whole lot. So what happens is we're in here and this foot's kind of floating. Like I said before, I tell my students to either connect their feet or to put it up in an armpit. I use this a lot, and then he can dive a underhook here and start to work towards the back type thing. But this guy's made the mistake of floating his foot. It's just kind of here. I see this a whole lot. So the very first thing I do here is I'm kind of fighting, and I'll reach back and I cover his toes. I'm going kind of like my index finger around the upper knuckle of his pinky toe. I kind of wrap there so I can cover his toes. And then I'm catching a Kimura grip. I want my forearm pretty close to parallel with his foot. I grab my own wrist. Notice once again, no thumbs wrapped around anything. It's not like a C, it's just like two big hooks there. So I'm there and there. And then from here what I do is I pinch this elbow tight and I turn his big toe towards his butthole. And that's where I'm putting it if I would keep going. All right, if I really torque into this, I'm trying to shove his big toe right up his butthole. So we're here, and we come to there, and I get the tap. So what usually happens is I'll be in here, he'll shrimp out, shoot the Z guard in, and I'll slide back, catch it, and come right here. Right, I've got his toes covered with my hand, and I just turn it in, and I'm pinching this down, and I'm pulling his knee side of his leg up, and pushing his toes right into his butt. So that's the first way I hit this. The second way I hit this is he shrimps out. I catch this, right, and I drive in, and I get my hands locked, right, and he, to defend, kicks out. So from what I do from here is I drop, and I'm still twisting, and I throw my legs over the back. And usually what happens is we end up rolling a little bit, and then I drive it right back the same direction. I'm using my leg to kind of keep from rolling. Come back in here. So actually, let's go the other direction so they can kind of see what's happening on the back side. Yeah. So I've caught this. I've got a good grip. He kicks out. I throw this over, and usually we end up rolling kind of here. And I'm using my legs to twist his. Right. So now it's really hard for him to keep rolling. Not that he can't, but as you can see, he's quite a bit larger than me, and he's struggling to do it. And then I bend the knee down, right? I'm pushing this down. I'm pulling tight with my elbow, and I put his big toe towards his butt. And we attack that toe hold. So, come back in here. As you start doing this to people and run into more experienced people, what happens a lot here is, and usually I catch this off of this, right? They'll make some space, they'll shrimp this back in, and before they can do anything, I'm already on it, right? I like this move a lot. And they'll feel me catch this. Immediately they'll kick away. I hang on to this grip, I post on the leg, and I start to pass. I get the pass more than anything. We'll do this again, let's get this way. I get the pass more than anything, but I do get the toe hold fairly frequently. So I'm here, I'll catch this, and as soon as I get it, he'll kick out. I post on his leg and I pull back on this. So now it's hard for him to get his knee back in. Right, go ahead. All right. Oh, that was my knee. So then I drive this over. That's part of the reason I don't fight anymore. If you could hear that on camera, that was my knee popping. So I drive this over and then I start into my pass, going to mount. The other thing that can happen here is as he kicks this out, is I might just free this leg. I'll drop through, free this leg, and start into these types of passes. Right, those are other options. But I'm using this basically to keep his half guard open so I can pass if he kicks out of the toe hold. Turn around, let's go another angle for the pass. So In general, what happens is I catch this, he kicks, I'll post on the leg, and I drive my leg over and start into fighting to mount. That's my most common thing off of this. So you can set up. So that's how we attack the toe hold from the top of half guard. If you have any questions about it, leave it in the comments. I will get back to you as soon as you can. If you haven't yet, hit like. If you think this is something you could use or you're going to try it out, please hit the like button for me. It'll help me out. Leave any comments, questions, anything you'd like to see in the future in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Share all over social media, please. And if you haven't, make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I've noticed that it's only about half of the people that watch my videos are subscribed. So if you could subscribe, that would be awesome. Hit the notification bell. You won't miss anything. Your game will improve. I can almost guarantee it. And we will catch you next time on Mastering MMA.